Coming up on the Q30 Newscast, the School of Communications welcomes a new dean, and we take an inside look at an opportunity in the new residence halls.
We'll also take a look at an update in the legend residence halls. We'll also go to Hamden to learn more about the new Hamden High School budget hike.
Plus an inside look at a local favorite pizza restaurant.
All of that and more coming up on the Q30 Newscast. Hello and welcome to this fabulous episode of the Q30 Newscast. I'm Connor Core.
And I'm Ben Kane. From high school's newest budgets to a new residence hall, we have it all.
But first, with the latest on the university's new dean.
Andrew Reynolds has the latest on the School of Communications' newest edition.
On Monday, Quinnipiac announced that Dr. Nadine Cosby will serve as the new dean of the School of Communications next school year. The decision, with the guidance of the selection committee, was made by Provost Deborah Leibowitz, who said in an email to the Quinnipiac community, quote, "Dr. Cosby is a seasoned academic leader with a passion for fostering student success, faculty engagement, and advancing the academic mission of higher education. A scholar of theory and practice, she brings a wealth of experience combining academic expertise, practical skills and application, experience in communications industries, and a strong commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion," end quote.
The fact that she clearly comes across and her CV reflects she's an ambitious person. She's going to want to grab this challenge and run with it.
Dr. Cosby currently serves as Associate Vice Provost for Academic Affairs at Iona University in New Rochelle, New York, and has been there since 2012, teaching courses in television broadcasting and production using her 20 years in the radio, television, and film industries. Cosby comes into a school that has struggled to keep a dean in the past 10 years, with 4 in that span. Most recently, last year, Chris Rausch stepped down as the dean of the School of Communications after being in the role for 4 years. Longevity was a significant part in the overall decision process, among many other factors.
I thought that the most important thing that we get out of this hire was somebody who is committed to a long-term vision for the School of Communications. That makes things hard. Someone comes in their first year, they're putting together strategic plans, and then listening and getting to know people and putting in their strategic plan. And then it's just been a year or two and they're gone.
Dr. Terry Bloom, who's currently serving as the interim dean for the 23-24 school year, will be returning to her previous position as associate dean once Dr. Cosby takes office on June 15th this summer. Andrew Reynolds, Q30 News.
The Occupational Health and Safety Administration has fined Mason contractors $5,200. 3 instances of noncompliance while constructing the new named residence halls, The Grove. OSHA also fined the contractors for failing to report 2 injuries within the 7 days of the incident. That all comes during a surprise inspection of the site on October 27th. There have been no visits from OSHA since then.
Now, in an attempt to fix recent vandalism issues that have been happening in the Legistorms, the university is installing cameras in the halls of the dorm. The cameras will be strategically placed only in common places to help maintain students' privacy.
As the school year turned over into 2024, many school districts around the state are planning their budget for next school year already. Q30's Keenan Mills talks with Hamden School District to learn more.
Gary Highsmith, Hamden School Superintendent, came forward to the Board of Education with a proposed budget for the upcoming school year. His proposal, a 6% uptick from last year's budget. Hamden schools have not had an increase like this one in recent years. Highsmith's argument behind it was to keep the status quo of the district, as well as the increases recently have been less than necessary.
But if you just take a look at what we get over time and you average that all out, it's minimal. It's minimal. And so we're asking for a 6.62% increase.
Highsmith was elected superintendent in 2022. The school's budget went up 3% in his first year at the helm after getting a combined 2% increase throughout the previous 3 years. This request is not a light ask and would come with some cost for the town of Hamden.
The first thing you think about when you move to a new town is the community, the area, as well as the school districts, but also the taxes. And if this request were to be accepted, Hamden resident tax would jump up yet again.
Despite the money going right back into the school district's priorities, it would affect all of Hamden's taxpayers. The Board of Education recognizes the school district isn't perfect, while also living conditions and costs can vary throughout the town. It's their job to find the happy medium between the two.
We need to make sure that all the necessary boxes are checked, but also keeping in mind the concerns that a lot of residents have with the affordability of living in our town to begin with.
The Board of Education has a long list of priorities that were expressed at the beginning of Highsmith's presentation. It is their expectation that these are fulfilled and excelled, and among these, Tamaro had a specific interest in 3 of them.
Public safety, absenteeism and truancy, and also providing adequate mental health services for all of our students at all levels, high school, elementary school, and middle school for sure.
This money, requested by the superintendent, would help these areas and help every public school across the town. Tamaro said he was surprised to see such a high number, but does expect for it to get whittled down. Tuesday night saw another Board of Education meeting, which offered the chance for public input on the matter. Reporting for Q30 News, Keenan Mills.
Thanks, Andrew. Now, since the pandemic, colleges and universities have seen a dip in the amount of students that are enrolling.
Yeah, that's right, Ben. Quinnipiac has been in the same boat until this past year. Q30's Julia Barcello has more.
This fall, Quinnipiac looks to welcome many new Bobcats. Over the past 4 years, Quinnipiac has seen a 50% increase in undergraduate and graduate applications. On the undergraduate application deadline, the university received 22,491 first-year applications for fall of 2024, up from 19,699 in 2023. The university has also seen a 115% increase in international applications, up from 778 applicants 2 years ago. Fall 2024 domestic and on-campus graduate applications are seeing a 12% increase, and online applications are up 56%. Dean of Admissions and Financial Aid Carissa Peckham told QU today, quote, "From our innovative academic programs to our groundbreaking partnerships to our new academic, residential, recreation, and wellness facilities, Quinnipiac is living up to its promise to offer students the opportunity to excel both inside and outside the classroom." Peckham thanked the partnership with Hartford Healthcare and the immense successes of many of the university's athletic teams for these increases. Quinnipiac is consistently working to improve the university, whether that means through academics or new facilities. Reporting from the Quad, I'm Julie Barcello, Q30 News.
And with that, it's time for our first commercial break of the night. But when we return, we'll have the latest on a new initiative in the residence halls.
Plus info on the latest Talks on the Rock session. But first, weather fanatic Joe Monty is here to give us what to look out for from the sky across the next few days.
Hey guys, quick weather preview. Today it wasn't so bad. We had some sun. It was a high of 45, low of 26. Tomorrow, a little warmer, 47, low of 24. We still got the sun. It's not ducking away yet though. Friday, we got a little bit of clouds, some sun, but we're hitting the 50s. Pretty exciting. Some spring weather in the future. All that and more after the break.
Type 2 diabetes can have a big impact on your life, but how can it be prevented? Well, the first step is knowing if you have prediabetes, a serious medical condition that puts you at high risk for type 2 diabetes. 1 in 3 American adults has prediabetes, but more than 80% don't know they have it. The good news is, prediabetes can be reversed, and for many people, healthy changes in their daily routine can make a big difference. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made home ownership happen. Homeschooling yourself on loans, beefing up your credit score.
So I'm pre-approved.
You were like, yes! Sorry. Color-coding listings, ticking boxes, and flushing every toilet in a 20-mile radius. Home sweet home. You aced house hunting. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Applications are now open for the Quinnipiac Community Development Award. The honor will be given to a community service or development project of a student who have a faculty and or staff mentor that serve a municipality, nonprofit organization, school, or business and benefit the larger community. The award is up to $3,000 for students and $1,000 for faculty or staff members. And this past Monday, the university hosted another installment of its Talks on the Rock series. Chief Experience Officer Tom Ellett led the discussion at the 4th event of the year, focusing in on the use of AI by students within the classroom.
Hi everyone, I'm Anna. I'm a grad student in the occupational therapy program, and we said that AI can be helpful in using it to set a tone in an email or something, depending on kind of who your audience is.
Alpha Phi Omega was in the Student Center yesterday. Members of the Quinnipiac community had the opportunity to make cards for children in need. The cards will be sent to children at hospitals around the state. Q30, Quinnipiac's largest philanthropy raising funds for Connecticut Children's Hospital, will also be hosting events leading up to the dance marathon on March 23rd. Q30 will have more stories about this philanthropy opportunities in the later weeks.
And with lots of construction going on around campus, anticipation is building for Quinnipiac's newest residential hall, The Grove. The only building not only features over 400 beds and air conditioning, but a brand new mentorship program. Ava Crossley has more.
Quinnipiac's Office of Residential Life has introduced The Grove, a new residence hall set to open on the South Quad in August of the 2024-2025 school year. The hall will be home to 300 first-year students and 100 combined sophomores, juniors, and seniors through the university's new Volunteer Residence Hall Mentorship Program. The Grove is a 4-story tall air-conditioned building that will feature about 180 doubles and 40 singles. The hall also provides many small meeting areas, lounges, and kitchens, and is set to have communal and private restrooms with individual showers and toilets in both. As stated in an email sent to all current first years, sophomores, and juniors, administrators hope the plethora of communal spaces will, quote, enhance the entire student residential experience, where upper-class student mentors will engage first-year students in exploring, quote, big ideas within and outside QU, end quote.
In general, we're looking for students who are driven, who have a passion for this community and want to continually better the Quinnipiac campus.
The upper-class mentors on each floor will live in either a double with a fellow student mentor or in a single. In addition to the residence hall mentors, 17 residence assistants, and a residence hall director, the Grove is also set to have a faculty, fellow, and residents living alongside students.
This person is going to be living in the Grove, which is going to be a really awesome, unique experience for this faculty member, but for also the students.
It really enhances it in a way that makes students feel, I think, like having an adult presence they could go to and engage with.
Upperclassmen applying to be volunteer residence hall mentors are expected to act as role models to 3 to 4 mentees throughout their first year at Quinnipiac. They'll choose, quote, big ideas/challenges that their assigned community will engage with during their time together. Mentors will also reach out to their mentees before arriving to school in the fall, help with move-in, and check in multiple times throughout the semester.
My RA this first year here at Quinnipiac has been a real role model, and I wanted to kind of reciprocate that back to the incoming first year class.
Applications to become a student mentor are open now until February 22nd and can be accessed via the QR code on screen now. Reporting live from the soon-to-be South Quad, I'm Evangeline Crossley, Q30 News.
From residence halls to town hall, Casey Nedelka is here to give us the latest political update.
Yeah, Casey, what do you have for us?
Thanks, Ben and Connor. We have a lot happening in the United States government this week, so let's jump into it. On Saturday, February 3rd, early voting started in Queens and Long Island, New York, in a special election to replace former Representative George Santos. Santos, the former U.S. Representative for New York's 3rd District, was expelled from the House of Representatives on December 1st, 2023. The two candidates on the ballot are Republican Mazi Pilip, an Israeli-American currently serving in Nassau County's legislature, and Democrat Tom Suozzi, who was Santos' predecessor as representative. In a statement to Q30 News, Suozzi said, quote, "Now more than ever, I believe people are clamoring for their elected officials to work together to find common ground. It's the only way we'll be able to address the challenges we face," end quote. Mazi Pilip did not comment. The polls for the special election closed February 13th. On Thursday, February 8th, the Supreme Court will be considering whether or not former President Donald Trump is ineligible for the 2024 presidential election ballot. The states of Colorado and Maine have disqualified Trump from their ballots, arguing that due to Trump's involvement in the Capitol riot on January 6, 2021, he violated the 14th Amendment, which forbids insurrectionists from holding office. Trump's eligibility for office has been challenged in 35 other states. While it's unclear how the court will vote, Republican Representatives Matt Gaetz and Elise Stefanik filed a resolution Tuesday claiming that Trump is innocent of all charges. On Tuesday, February 6th, the House failed to pass a bill that would provide relief to Israel due to infighting over the bill becoming politicized. The Republican-led bill, which would have provided Israel with over $17.6 billion in aid, lost in a vote of 250 to 180. Democrats argue that the bill is biased, as Israel is already expected to be provided relief in a larger national security bill, along with Ukraine, Taiwan, and the U.S. border. Connecticut Representative Rosa DeLauro and President Biden have both spoken out against this bill. That's all I have this week. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Casey. I think it's time we head to break, but don't go anywhere because we'll have the latest on a Quinnipiac alum who has been elected in a position of office.
And of course, we'll have your latest national news update from Brittany Brown-Lieben. Stick with us.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? My. Oh.
I know what you're thinking. I need a job. I need a new career.
Well, I've been there.
I've been there.
I've been there. I wasn't happy with what I was doing. After high school, I didn't have a plan.
I just wanted to start working. I got laid off twice, but you gotta keep going.
You just need the right skills. Find an apprenticeship.
I found a 2-year IT program.
I found a medical course online.
I'm now a consultant in the tech space.
You have more options than you think. You can do this. You will find something.
You will find something new.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way. My kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
You know, Connor, that commercial break really had me thinking about skiing, but I just don't think there's enough snow coming this weekend.
Yeah, I sure hope so, because I was planning on hitting the slopes this weekend. Joe Monty, now you've seen the weather more than I have. Tell me I'm not wrong.
Yeah, guys, we got some warm temperatures coming up this weekend. We had some highs Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, but on Saturday we're hitting 55 degrees. No sun, but Sunday the sun's coming back. We're going to have a high of 50, low of 33. Monday we're still keeping that sun. We're going to 47, low of 30. Tuesday, we're getting a little colder, a high of 37, low of 28. We're going to have some rain. But tomorrow, if we want to look around the state, we have a pretty decent amount of sun everywhere. Upper inland, we have a high of 46 and a low of 24 in Torrington. Hartford, Norwich, highs of 48. Danbury, a high of 49. New Haven and New London, 46 and 45. Got a high of 48 in Stamford. Sun across the board. Pretty exciting news. It's looking like some spring weather. Guys, you got any plans this weekend? It's better to do it now. We have such nice temperatures coming up.
Yeah, thanks, Joe. Now, despite the warm temperatures in Connecticut, I'm going to take a quick trip up north. Go to Vermont. Go to Killington, Vermont with QU Snow this weekend. Ben, what are your plans?
Maybe watch Super Bowl. Not a big football fan, but most likely just sit in my room and edit some videos.
That's not a bad thing to do. The 66th annual Grammys were held on this past Sunday on CBS. It may not have been possible without the help of two Quinnipiac alumni, Rebecca Castagna and Angelique Fisk, 2015 and 2014 graduates respectively, are producers for CBS Morning. The two graduates worked with plenty of other professionals on music's biggest award show of the year. Everyone at the School of Communications congratulates you on the achievement.
A Quinnipiac alum has been elected to office. Vincent Cervoni from the class of 1993 was sworn in as the mayor of Wallingford just a few weeks ago. Q30 spoke with an old professor of Cervoni's from the School of Law about his new position.
For me, it's a really pleasing thing. It's exciting for me to see my students do well at wherever they do and whatever their endeavors are. But Vinny's done well in several planes. His practice and now in serving the public, especially becoming mayor. Yes, it's a high water mark in my career.
Now, Ben, I think it's time that we head to Brittany Brown-Lieben to give us our latest national news update.
Brittany, what's on the docket for today?
Thanks, Ben and Connor. Let's get right into it. The United States is continuing to target Iranian targets for the second consecutive day. These strikes took place on Friday. The United States and its allies hit 36 Houthi targets at 13 locations in Yemen. On Friday, they struck facilities in Iraq and Syria. The U.S. labeled these attacks a retaliation for a drone that killed 3 American soldiers. According to the Pentagon, the United Kingdom, Australia, Bahrain, Canada, Denmark, the Netherlands, and New Zealand were involved in the Houthi targets.
They were involved in response to Houthi attacking international shipping vessels. The U.S. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin said, quote, continue to bear further consequences if they do not end their illegal attacks on international shipping and naval vessels. The residents of Eagle Pass, Texas are angry with the ongoing border issues. In December of 2023, there was a record number of migrants who crossed the Rio Grande and tens of thousands entered through Shelby Park, located in Eagle Pass. Shelby Park is a 47-acre grass field with baseball fields for residents. Governor Greg Abbott has closed the park to deny the access to the public and Border Patrol, who use the park to process arriving migrants. Town residents are upset they lost their park and how the government is responding to the problem. California is suffering severe impacts from the recent storms. These storms started early on Sunday and will continue until the end of the week. The combination of heavy rain and snow is causing severe flooding. At least 3 people have died due to fallen trees. Around 250,000 homes and businesses have lost power. The main ports of California being affected are northern and central parts. Parts of Santa Barbara and Ventura participated in a mandatory evacuation. Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass has contacted President Joe Biden about the damage caused by the storm. Biden responded with, quote, we'll get any help on the way as soon as you guys request it, end quote. That's all I have for national news. Back to you guys at the desk.
Whew, Connor, after all that traveling across the country, I think I could use a minute-and-a-half break, but don't go anywhere because when we come back, we'll have the latest Quinnipiac sports update.
Yeah, Ben, the jet lag really did get to me. Plus, we'll have a delectable story about one of Hamden's favorite pizza stops. Stay tuned.
Honey, what I think you need is a socket wrench.
I played JV basketball.
I'm sorry. I don't think it looks right.
This is good, and it's all good, baby.
Is it really all good?
If you love me enough to routinely test your handyman skills, not to mention the strength of your marriage, then of course you'll visit nhtsa.gov/therightseat to make sure I'm in the right car seat.
I'm gonna call my dad.
When we adopt a shelter pet, we discover they're a unique mix of all kinds of things.
Come on, Jules, spotting on this last one. There it is.
Keep going with it. Leo! They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love.
Thank you for sticking with us. The media timeout is over, so it's time for our latest Quinnipiac sports update.
Eli Ehlers is in studio to give us the latest on an undefeated weekend on campus.
Thanks, Ben and Connor. The men's basketball team looked to keep themselves in the win column with 2 games this past weekend. On Friday, they traveled to NYC to face the Manhattan Jaspers and collected their 9th MAC conference win. They held the lead going into the second half and were able to pull away to get the win. On Sunday, they had a matchup against Canisius, looking for revenge against their one conference loss. They came away against the Golden Griffins. This time they handled business, winning 88-63. They blew open the game quickly, going into halftime by 20 and then didn't stop from there. Now they look to stay hot with a game against the St. Peter's Peacocks, who currently are the 3 seed in the MAC. Switching from the court to the ice, men's hockey had their first home doubleheader of 2024 and came away with 2 big ECAC wins. On Friday, they played against the Harvard Crimson and won in a tight game 2-1. Rand Pecknold split up the top line of Colin Graff, Jacob Cullen, and Sam Lipkin for the first time this year, and it paid off. Davis Pennington got the scoring started early in the first, then Christophe Tellier scored in the second. The team held on from there, with Vinny Duplessis making 23 saves. On Saturday, they dominated the Dartmouth Big Green, winning 5-1. Colin Graff got back on the score sheet for the first time in 5 games. Going into the third period, they were up by 4. Matai Marinov made 22 saves, completing the weekend sweep with a 5-1 win. Switching to the women's ice hockey team, they looked to get a win for the first time since January 13th. They faced a struggling Princeton team that was also looking for their first win since the 13th. Quinnipiac came away with a 3-1 win. Sophie Urban got the scoring started in the first period with 3 minutes left in the first. Then, as the first period was expiring, Princeton's Sarah Paul hit Logan Andrews from behind, which led to a 5-minute major penalty. The Bobcats capitalized on the power play to take the 2-0 lead thanks to Kate Riley. The team ended up winning 3-1, and Andrews collected her 22nd win of the season. That's all we have for sports this week. Back to you guys at the desk.
Now, that was just a slice of all the athletics happening across campus, but I have to ask you, Connor, you a big slice guy?
Well, Ben, considering that there is a pizza on desk, I would have to say yes. Now, Brianna Trachtenberg has the details on Hamden's favorite pizza spots.
18 years ago, Eli's Brick Oven Pizza and Market was added as the second restaurant, a part of Eli's Restaurant Group. Located next door to the original Eli's, they serve brick oven-style pizza and other traditional Italian dishes to customers daily.
Eli's has been a staple of the Hamden community for quite some time. We're here for 18 years. Eli's on Whitney's actually celebrating their 30th year this year. So it's just a really great spot to be a part of, to be part of this community, especially the Quinnipiac community. You guys are awesome to work with and, helping out all hockey teams and stuff. It's a real pleasure to be in the neighborhood here.
With it being just under 3 miles away from QU, Eli's was voted by students as one of the best places to grab a slice in 2023. Eli's prides themselves on their customer relationships with everyone in the Hamden community.
I'm in the hospitality industry. I've been doing this all my life. So just seeing the happiness from each guest that comes in here, giving them a quality meal, you can change somebody's day with a good bite. So that's really where I get the reward from being part of this community with Eli's. It's just that's what rewards me at the end of the day.
While great pizza is important to Eli's, they also prioritize being a part of and giving back to Hamden.
Just being part of the community here that Eli's has been a part of for so long is a really special thing. We're continuing to work with other foundations in the area as well to really cement ourselves in with this community.
In honor of National Pizza Day on Friday, Eli's will be serving $10 medium pizzas and $20 medium gourmet pizzas. For Q30 News, I'm Brianna Trachtenberg.
Thanks, Brianna, for that great future on a Hamden staple for pizza. Now, we asked you, everyone at home, on the Q30's Twitter, Q30 News' X account, about what's your favorite pizza spot in the Hamden, New Haven area. Now, the results are in, and of the 59 that voted, the results are on your screen right now. Frank Pepe's Pizzeria down in New Haven leads the way with 47.5%. In second is 30.5% is Sally's a Pizza, and Eli's, that we just did the feature on. In third place at 11.9% in Tonino's. Just a couple minutes right up from campus on Mount Carmel, finishes up in fourth. Now, Ben, of those four places, or it could be any others, what's your favorite place in the area to get pizza from?
It's a tough one. I'm a big Domino's guy, obviously, because they have that really good deal.
Yeah.
But Frank Pepe's is probably up there. It's a little pricey for my liking, but I'd like to hear what you have to say.
Yeah,
Please.
I've liked every slice of pizza. I'm not very picky when it comes to eating, but if I had to choose one, I think it would have to be Frank Pepe's as well. I think it's just a classic and a staple. It's been here for almost 100 years. It's 99 years right now, but it'll be celebrating 100 years right now, so I think I gotta go. But I gotta ask you, what's your favorite topping to go on a pizza?
Well, I'm a big cheese. I don't like cheese.
cheese.
This is a weird thing. I don't like cheese.
You don't like cheese? Okay, I'll put this away.
No. But let me ask you.
Okay.
I like a good pepperoni, mushroom, and olive. But if this pizza, this is a blank canvas you got right in front of you.
How are you painting it?
How are you going to paint it? How would you watercolor this pizza with toppings?
Real quick, I just want to put meat lovers. Just a classic thing about meat lovers on it. I think it's just something about it. The bacon, the sausage. It makes a great pizza. But that, unfortunately, will do it and wraps up our show here tonight. Thanks for tuning into the Q30 Newscast.
To keep up to date with all things Q30 by following us on Instagram, thanks for spending your Wednesday night with us.
We'll see you next Wednesday, Bobcats. Have a great night.